Good morning. Hope everyone is doing okay this morning. Excuse me. My voice seems a little weak this morning. What's going on? I don't understand. I guess it's going to take me a minute or two to get going. But anyway, it's Tuesday morning, 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. I'm Mitch. I'm coming to you live from the Lamppost Coffee Shop in Austin, Texas. Hope things are going well with you today. We're going to talk social media and YouTube today, whatever else comes up. So jump into chat at any time and give us something to talk about. Ask a question. If you're interested at all in starting a YouTube channel or anything about social media, in the chat and let us know. That's why we're here. We're here just hanging out. It's the coffee shop as usual, and looks like it's kind of quiet in this coffee shop today. Not much going on. On a Thanksgiving week Tuesday, looks like everyone's just sort of hanging out. Not much happening. So it's a good day for us to talk social media. Just sort of hang out, relax, drink a cup of coffee. Now, I've got my tea. I can't drink coffee on a live stream because you talk too much. And coffee dries the voice out. And I don't talk loud to begin with because I am in a coffee shop and I try not to disturb my fellow coffee drinkers, and so I try to keep my voice down as much as I can and talk in a normal voice. Try not to get too excited. So that might be one reason my voice sounds so weak, is because I'm not really speaking that loud. If I was standing up in a studio or at home and I didn't have to worry about people around me, I could project my voice a little better, but I'm trying to respect those around me because I do have quite a setup here. I don't know if you've seen my setup, but I'll give you a glimpse here. This is what we look like. I bet there's not many coffee shops in the Austin area that have somebody like me coming to you live on YouTube. That's the way it is. I like doing things in the public setting. I don't like being at home or being in a studio all alone. I'd a lot rather be out amongst the people, hanging out, especially when I'm having coffee. Well, you know, I love Star Trek. I have grown up with Star Trek my entire life. The original series. Watched it every day, the reruns. And of course, Star Trek The Next Generation comes along and we've got this guy named Data. And since we're talking about data today, or data, the data, what's the best way to say that? Data? I think I say data. Analytics. We've been talking all week about trying to come up with ideas for videos and what's the best way to do that, and what's an easy way for us to keep feeding our list of ideas. I mean, where do we go when we're looking for an idea for a video for our niche? Sometimes it's quite difficult. We just can't figure it out. Well, we've been talking about, yesterday we started off with the idea of looking toward other content creators, influencers, and coming up with watching other people do their thing, trying to discover what other YouTubers are doing and taking a different slant off of their video ideas and trying to come up with our own ideas. And so we do a lot of studying of YouTube. That's what I suggest. If you're going to create content on YouTube, you have to consume a lot of YouTube and see what other YouTubers are doing, and they will help you come up with some ideas. It will help you sort of see what they're doing, especially in your own niche. You want to look at content creators in your own niche and try to figure out what they're doing and let them sort of inspire you to come up with your own ideas. You can do all kinds of things with their content and turn it on its head and come up with your own. Well, today, Tuesday, we're going to talk about data, studying the analytics. And you see we're spelling out this word idea. 4 ways to find ideas. IDEA. The I stands for influencers and other content creators. The D stands for data, which we're going to look at today. And then tomorrow we'll look at the E part of idea, which will be experiences. Your experience and my experience. We let our daily lives, things that happen to us on a daily basis, things that are happening in our world, we let that help us come up with ideas. And then the A portion, which we'll deal with on Friday after Thanksgiving, is the audience. To listen to the audience and our viewers to give us ideas. So that's where we're headed. Today we're talking about data. We're going to spend a little time about the analytics, helping us come up with our ideas. So, excuse me for just a second. Looking at my trying to see here. Well, let's see. Let's go here and here. And now we're back. Sorry for the delay. You know, when you're going live, those kinds of things happen. Not going to be real smooth. Going to be in and out. Looks like I lost my iPad here. There we go. We're talking about looking at the data. Looking at the analytics to help us come up with ideas. Well, the first point I have here is to look at the top performing videos on your channel and then find out, try to figure out what about that content has made it take off. What about it has become so popular? And sort of repeat the topic, style, and structure that worked. So there's something about that video that found an audience, and so you want to try to figure that out and maybe come up with a series of ideas, a series of videos based on what you find in those top performing videos. Try to come up with a especially the style and the structure. Figure out about the style and the structure. What about the style and the structure made those videos perform so well? The second point is study audience retention. See where they drop off and ask yourself why. Why did people start off the video so well and then begin to start to drop off? I think it's pretty normal for people to drop off from the very beginning. The graph is going to look something like this. They're going to start here and begin to drop off here as the video progresses. And you have to figure out, well, what is it that's happening here that's causing these people to start to drop off? Are they getting bored? Is it the editing style, or is it the information they don't care about? Maybe they clicked on the video for the wrong reason. So you want to try to figure out what's making them drop off. Also, use the research tab in YouTube Studio to find what your audience is searching for. Try to figure out why your content failed to help them in some way. find out what the audience is looking for. Talking about search being the key word here. There's a couple of ways people find you on YouTube. One is through search, and the other is YouTube feeds you the video based on the algorithm. Some people go into that search and they'll search a particular topic and your video may pop up, especially if you're a how-to video. If you're giving people instructions on how to do something. So you want to try to couch your video in terms of these, in terms of the search, and use search terms that people will be searching on. The other, of course, is when YouTube pushes video toward you. So do some research, figure out why your videos or those ideas are not hitting, and try to come up with the ideas. You want to come up with the ideas that viewers are looking for. Ask yourself, what information do these people want? What is it they're looking for that we're not providing? Check traffic sources. Make more search-based videos. And to make a search-based video, you're going to use search terms in the title, the thumbnail, description. You're going to try to use those search terms in your tags, because you're trying to optimize your description and title and thumbnail with those search terms, so that when people search those search terms, you will pop up. Watch for content that underperformed and analyze why, and then reverse engineer better versions. So you can take a video that has performed poorly and ask yourself why, try to figure out why, and then reverse engineer it and try a different slant. Use the same idea, the same topic, but just do a better job. Try to make some corrections and figure out why that particular video did not perform well, and then maybe you can come up with a different version after trying to figure out why. So the whole idea here is that we can use data. We can use our analytics to help us with ideas. Now, I thought I would, just as an example, look at a video. This is from a channel that I had back in 2023, which I no longer have. I shut the channel down because my interest went sideways. This channel was about screenwriting and about providing help and examples of proper tips on how to write scripts for film. And this was a video that I did about Clint Eastwood and his movies and the screenplays of Clint Eastwood. And I thought I would show this because it's got enough information for us to look at the data. My current channels, being new, they don't have enough information for us to look at the data. So I thought I would pull this one out, and you can see this particular video. Now it's unlisted now because I no longer have the channel, and I've got the video in an unlisted situation where so it's no longer grabbing views or anything. So, but it had gotten 31,000, almost 32,000 views since it was published, and you can see where it held pretty steady here. We can look at the reach. This is the information that you can grab here. 659,000 impressions. Looks like the click-through rate was about almost 4%, 3 to 4%. $32,000 views. This is all information that we can use as we're trying to come up with another idea. And this shows you down here how they found this video. It was suggested by YouTube. Or browser features like searches. So now over here you see YouTube search terms. So the vast majority used the search term Clint Eastwood that found this video. External sites. Here's the engagement. Likes versus dislikes. What we want to do is look at this audience tab. And you can see here this is where I killed the channel. Right here. Watch time from subscribers. You can see most of the views came from people who were not subscribed to the channel, which is typical, but this is what surprised me. Look at the geographic information here, top geographies. Most of the views came from Brazil. Clint Eastwood must be popular in Brazil, even more than the United States. More people in Brazil watch this video than people in the United States. It's interesting. And up here it shows you the device type. Look at the people watching it on TV. Almost half of the views were people watching on TV. And that's becoming the trend. More and more viewers are watching YouTube on TV. And then mobile phone. And just 11% of those views were people watching on a computer. So it's interesting. TV and mobile phone are the big devices, not the computer desktop, which also kind of surprises me that there's that big of a drop off. And then the age and gender, mostly male, 98%, and mostly old males. Old farts, 55 and older. The biggest majority were 65 and older. Of course, being Clint Eastwood fans, they're going to be older. They're going to be from that generation. So, but we can use this information, this data, to help us come up with a more targeted video and help us come up with some ideas. That's the idea anyway. So I wish I had someone like Mr. Data here to stand beside me and give me some ideas. I wish I could ask him. You know, but I don't need Data anymore. I don't need somebody like Data. to ask questions. I've got ChatGPT, Mr. G. I'm going to call him Mr. G for now. ChatGPT. If I have any questions, I'll just get on ChatGPT and ask them. That's the next best thing to having Commander Data as your sidekick, so why not? Well, sort of reboot. My name is Mitch. I'm coming to you live from the Lamppost Coffee Shop. We're just sort of hanging out. Drop into chat. Let me know what's going on. And see what else we want to do this morning. Well, I want to close that window down. That's what I want to do. That's for one thing. Well, you know, it may be time. I think it is. I think it's time for some candid coffee camera time. Perhaps. We'll see what's going on in the coffee shop. Alright, let's see. I think what we'll do now is maybe go down and see if anybody, see what kind of questions we got. Let's check the question and answer portion of our live stream. Jump into chat. If you're with us, don't be shy. Jump into chat and say hi. Let me know you're alive. Let me know you're kicking. Here's a question. Do shorts hurt my channel and the views on my long form videos? That's a question that comes up a lot. And I think you hear views on both sides. I mean, I watched a video yesterday from a guy who's got millions of views and has been in YouTube forever, and he was saying that you want to keep shorts on a separate channel. You want to have a clips channel. He suggested running long-form videos on your main channel and then make some shorts, some clips on the other channel, and have a clip channel where you just show the shorts, the clips. But then when you do the studying and you do the homework and you look around and you talk to others, and you try to come up with, an idea of what to do. Should I put long form and short form together on my channel? You run into the other consensus, which is it's okay to have shorts and longs on the same channel, and that shorts don't hurt the long form. I mean, I typed the question into ChatGPT to get Mr. G's take on the matter, and according to ChatGPT, short form does not hurt long form. And it's actually a way of getting views quicker. And it may help feed subscriptions and viewers to your main videos on your channel. And the suggestion was, especially if you're starting a new channel and you're new to the YouTube content creation, to do both, have both longs and shorts on your channel. Of course, you can also have a channel of nothing but shorts. You can have a channel of nothing but longs, or you can do a channel with both. So my take on the whole issue is to do both, especially if you're starting a new channel. Do both. Have long forms and shorts, because when you're starting a new channel, I'm starting 3 new channels and I'm trying to get them monetized as fast as I can, and I want to use everything I can to get viewers and subs until I get to that 1,000 subs and get monetized. I want to do everything I can. I want to use all the tools available. And so that means I want to use longs and shorts. I want to use live stream. I want to use every kind of content creation I can come up with. I mean, just think about all the different things that one can stick on a YouTube channel. Even slideshows. I mean, let's think outside the box. Do some videos that are faceless. Do some videos that are just you and the camera, you and the person on the other side of the camera having a conversation. Do some interviews. I mean, throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. As long as it's within your niche and you're talking to a specific audience, the method of the content, I don't think really matters. And I say do it all. Make long form, make short form, do interviews, do a faceless video, do a how-to video, do a video slideshow where you just have music in the background showing slides. I mean, try everything under the sun. Use every tool we have to try to build that channel. And then once we get settled in, once we find our audience, and once we become comfortable with who our core loyal audience is, then maybe we can become more targeted. If I discover that my loyal followers don't like shorts, then maybe I'll stop doing them. Or maybe I'll find that they like the faceless videos. They don't like looking at me on camera so much. They'd rather go faceless. And so I may do more of those. So we can become more targeted and more specific once we find our audience. But if you're starting a channel from scratch, you don't have an audience yet. So you have to, I think, try every format that's available. Just throw everything at the channel and see what's going to gain some traction. So I say do it all. What's the difference between viewers on TikTok, Instagram, and LinkedIn? Because there is a difference. And think about the other platforms. There's Snapchat, there's Facebook Reels. So there's all kinds of social media platforms out there, and they're all a little bit different. What I did, since I wanted to get a clearer understanding in my own mind of the difference between TikTok, Instagram, and LinkedIn, I did go to ChatGPT and ask Mr. GPT. And this is what he came up with. TikTok viewers. Let's look at TikTok first. Overall, they're younger. We're talking teens to mid-30s. They want fast, short attention videos because their attention span is so fast. Swipe, they swipe it up. They'll swipe at 10 or 15 shorts while they're standing in line at the grocery store. They want humor, storytelling, hooks, entertainment first. It's all about being entertained. They don't need to know you to watch you. This is good. They're not going to watch because of me. They're going to watch because the video is entertaining. And it's best for discovery and going viral quickly. Of course, the problem is you can't build a community on TikTok viewers. You can't build a channel necessarily on TikTok viewers, because they're not interested in you. They're not interested in me. They're interested in the video itself. But you could get some traction and get some, if you go viral, get some people to come over to your channel. Now, Instagram is slightly older, 20s to 40s, and it's more curated, aesthetic driven. More curated. You're going to be more selective. They follow people they already like or relate to, so it's going to be much more personal than TikTok. On TikTok, it's about the entertainment value and quality of the video itself. On Instagram, it's going to tend to be more like the people that follow you and get to know you. Community and parasocial connection matter. It's best for brand building, lifestyle, behind the scenes, reels, that sort of thing. So Instagram is going to be much more personal. TikTok is impersonal. Is a bunch of strangers wanting to be entertained and be interested in short, quick, swipey videos. Instagram is going to be much more personal. Well, what about LinkedIn? LinkedIn is for professionals 30 years and up. Slower consumption, more intentional. They value authority, insight, expertise. And what they mean here by authority is you've got the chops. You post something on LinkedIn and have some information or something you're trying to get across to someone on LinkedIn. You better have the experience. You better have the knowledge. So LinkedIn is going to be much more of a professional type of audience. Expect education, career, leadership, industry-based content. Best for positioning yourself as a thought leader and getting clients. If you're a coach, you want to get clients. And I like this. This is a quick way to think about it. TikTok equals entertain me. Instagram is let me get to know you. And LinkedIn is show me you know your stuff. Show me you're a professional and you know what you're talking about. Instagram, well, let me get to know you. TikTok, what can you do for me? Entertain me. Make me laugh. So, when we're creating content for each of these platforms, they have to be slightly different. You can't create a short that will be entertaining on TikTok and post that on LinkedIn. It wouldn't be appropriate. It has to be a different kind. It can be the same idea, just has to be created in a little different slant. And on Instagram, the same way. Instagram, you want that post to be a lot more personal about yourself and about being personal and community-based, that sort of thing. People wanting to get to know you. So there is some differences. That's the main point here. So many people create a short and upload it to all of these. They create the same content and upload them to all of these platforms. You know, they'll upload to the platforms the same exact content. Well, the audience is going to be different on each of them. How do I prevent getting nervous while on camera? Well, just speaking from my own experience, number one thing you can do is slow down. People tend to talk quick when they're nervous because they want to get it over with. There's something in their subconscious that says, I'm uncomfortable and I want to get this experience over with, so I'm gonna talk quick. Lord, I want to get this over with, so they speed up the speech. So one thing you can do is slow down. That's what I try to do the best I can, is to feel comfortable with the silence and understand that I can go a second or two. It's okay to take a deep breath and to slow down. And it will help your heart rate. It will help your nervousness if you just slow down. And the other thing I think too is experience. There's no getting around just putting in the time and effort. The more you do it, the more comfortable it becomes. It's not something that comes natural. Now, there will be some people who, speaking on camera, will be more natural. They'll have no problem at all. Within a few videos, they will already start showing some comfort. Then there will be others who will have to fight and struggle through it. So each of us are different. So it just comes down to being patient with yourself and fighting through it. And eventually, the more time you spend on camera, the more comfortable and the easier it will become. The one thing you don't want to do is give up. You don't want to give up too soon. Give yourself time. Give yourself time to grow into it. So, not getting nervous on camera. And it may help to put an image of someone you love or someone you respect in your mind, and pretend that you're talking to them and not the camera. Put their face on that camera lens and talk like you're talking to them in a conversational way. Pretend that you're sitting at a coffee shop like I am here in Austin, and pretend that you're just having a conversation with your friend, just like you're in no hurry, you're taking your time, you're relaxed, and you're just having a conversation with a friend. So nervousness comes when we're uncomfortable, and the only way to get comfortable with doing something is to do it over and over and over and over again. Put in the time and effort. Okay, let's see. My family thinks I am crazy for starting a YouTube channel. How do I handle that? You know, it's a funny thing about family. Family can be much more cruel than strangers. Family can be much more critical than strangers. I guess it's because family knows us. They know us in and out, and they know our tendencies, and they know our personalities, and they know our history, and they have all of this baggage that they see heaved around our necks because they're so close to us. And so when you try something new, or try something that's a little bit out of the box, or try something that they think is nowhere near being in your wheelhouse, they'll make fun of you. They'll criticize you. And it's because they are so close to us that it's easier for them to criticize us. So, of all the people that you think about when you're making a YouTube channel, the people that you're concerned about, that you think about the viewers that are watching your video, you think about the people you're working with to create the content, think about other YouTubers who you may know and relate to, and then you think about your family. The least concerned you need to be about is the family. Put them at the bottom of the list when you're thinking about pleasing somebody or making somebody happy or dealing with their criticism. Put the family at the bottom of the list. Just don't listen to them. Since they know us the best, sometimes they give us the worst. You know, they make fun of us, and they feel like they're entitled to do so because they know us so well. Strangers don't know us at all, and so they're willing to give us a break. More than family, they're willing to put up with our weaknesses and with our struggles. And so I think in terms of just, I mean, if you're going to lose sleep at night over worrying about somebody, don't worry about the family. Worry about the viewer. If you're a coach and you're trying to sell a course or something on your YouTube channel, worry about your clients. Worry about the people you're trying to help with your YouTube channel. Don't worry about your family. Because let's face it, they're going to do what they're going to do, and they're going to say what they're going to say, and there's not a whole lot that we can do about it. We've just got to be confident in ourselves and let whatever they say to us roll off the back. Now, there is a caveat to that. There may be some family members out there who have the ability to give us some solid advice and give us some solid feedback. That's one thing. So we have to discern and figure out those around us who we're close to, who are willing to help us and give us comments and suggestions and criticism that is helpful. Put them in one category, and then put everybody else in the other category. Those who you are not going to pay attention to and not let them concern you. Just do your thing. You're an adult. You're old enough to take care of yourself. You're old enough to know what you want to do. So do it. Do this for yourself. Well, let's see. That's the questions portion of our day. What else is going on? Well, not much. Not much is happening in the old coffee shop. Another typical day. People drinking their coffee, having their conversations, looking at their laptops. Well, I found us a video I think we can watch and critique and maybe look at. Let's see how this goes. I came across this lady yesterday afternoon when I was looking around YouTube, and this is her thumbnail. So let's look at her thumbnail. First off, let's look at the thumbnail and title. The thumbnail is basically looks like a screenshot from her video. And she's got this other little window up here in the corner. I'm not real sure what that's about. And here's the title: Celebrating 5 years of beer in beautiful places. And that's the name of her channel. Beer in beautiful places. Now you think about a niche. Think about the idea for a YouTube channel, and you're thinking, what kind of a topic? What is my niche? What can I come up with? Well, look how funny this whole idea here. She's got an entire channel that she's been doing for 5 years based on drinking beer in beautiful places. I mean, who would have ever thought of such a thing? I'm going to make a YouTube channel based on drinking beer in beautiful places. Well, that's what she did. And she's celebrating her 5th anniversary. This particular video got 1,000 views, and it was posted a day ago, so a couple of days. So it just goes to show you that there's an audience, there's a niche for everybody. It's really quite astonishing when you think about it, that I can create a channel about drinking beer. Well, let's take a gander at the video. And
I have been writing down ideas of what to say in this video for months. Last night I tried to film it one time, and after 2 hours I was like, okay, I'm talking too much. It's hard to put into words how much this means to me. Being able to say that I reached the 5th year of my YouTube channel. It's been my travel companion, my notebook of observations, my scrapbook of good times and lessons learned. By watching, you've gotten to know my family, my boyfriend, our cat. You've seen me lost and pissed off, crying, on top of the world. You've seen me as a beginner and as someone able to share their knowledge. I could talk forever and not really capture how grateful I am for this. But I am gonna try to say it somewhat succinctly now. When I first started my channel and I would do sit-down videos like this, I would have a beer, review it, then going on to talk about whatever information.
okay, so what do you think so far? The intro there. Now think about this. She's been doing this for 5 years. And her setup and her on-screen presence is nothing fancy. She's still wearing a lavalier mic on her blouse, her shirt. She's coming from a bedroom. She's sitting on her bed, looking at a camera. It's probably her cell phone. And this is after 5 years of experience on a YouTube channel. So she has stayed pretty simple in her presentation. And you'll notice she's not that nervous, so she's gotten over whatever jitters being on camera may have caused. She's got 5 years of experience now being on camera, so she's really confident.
I was telling about in the video. This one, Country Boy Brewing, Shotgun Wedding. Well, I also had beers on hikes too sometimes. Not so much anymore, but this was from one of the first videos I ever did. It was hiking in the rain and we had this beer afterward. Just wanted to bring it full circle. A lot of the beers that I had in like my first, second, and third videos were New England beers because I was up there that summer. They don't really sell those locally. I'm also using the koozie that I found while on the AT. So many good memories I want to celebrate. To start from the beginning, I started my channel during COVID, in November, of course, but a lot of people's day-to-day lives were still really affected. Before I go on, I want to say, of course, people lost their loved ones. A lot of people had it way worse than I did. I don't want to overshadow that fact, but I was kind of in a phase of my life that was a bit rougher than usual.
Okay, now we talked about before in a live stream previous to this that telling a story is very important for entertainment and for retention and for grabbing people's attention and keeping it throughout the video. And she's telling a story. That's all she's doing here is simply going through and telling her story of her channel. She's celebrating her 5-year anniversary, and she's telling a narrative. She's starting at the beginning and she's going to tell the story. You'll notice as I move through this, She's not changing her location at all. She's staying in the bedroom. And as I was watching this, I was thinking, I wish she would have maybe switched locations. I was getting a little bit tired of just staring at her in her bedroom. I mean, this is a long time to be watching somebody. We're at the 16-minute mark and she hasn't moved an inch.
Man, I guess I'm gonna do it now. And then some very intense competitive music. I put my friends' times on the screen. It was just a fun way to change things up. Halloween and Christmas specials are fun. There are videos where I'm just being silly and weird. Like when I got done with my road trip, I said I was gonna live in a forklift next. Also, when I announced that I was gonna do the AT, you know how you get a message in a bottle, like in the ocean? Well, I lived in Kentucky at the time, so a message in a bottle was in a creek. And I just think that was just silly and weird, you know, doing fun stuff like that. I really like when I get a good idea. That's just so exciting. I like explaining things in a really organized and detailed way. I'm proud of myself because a lot of videos I've done, I look bad in them. I look not very smart. Like getting stuck in the desert and forgetting my second water bottle in the car while I walk an unknown distance to go get help. Crossing that river I shouldn't have on the AT. It's not my brightest moment, but I'm so glad I can be like, hey, here's the reality of taking trips in a van or hiking a long trail, is that sometimes you mess up, and I'm glad I could be real.
Okay, that's good. She's being authentic. I like her a lot. It's just it's just very strange about she's doing sort of this travel log and her adventures and her traveling around, and it's all centered around drinking beer. Okay, yeah, I think we're in a portion here.
I am really liking this new pack so far. Well, here we are.
Toward the end here, what she did was she ran a montage of all clips from her trip. I mean, from her channel over the 5 years. She's got about 2 or 3 minutes here of just showing footage from over the 5-year journey. And the reason I'm skipping over it, I mean, it's pretty much, we've seen enough of what we need to see. And the music she's playing, I may get a copyright strike, so I can't play the music that she's got on in the background, because I've been getting copyright warnings when I've played music videos that I've been looking at. So I think we've seen enough. The question is, if we look at her title and thumbnail, everything is fine. So it just shows you don't have to have a fancy, professional looking thumbnail. Just take a screenshot from your video. The title is certainly fine because it clearly explains what the video is about. And so that's good. She's really good on camera. She's personable. She's not nervous. She's telling a story, so she's hitting all the right beats. The only suggestion I would have made, or the only thing I was thinking, is to change, when you're doing a talking head type video where you're inserting clips, that helps break up the boredom a little bit. But when you're just sitting face to face looking at the camera, it may do good to maybe change the angle every once in a while. Maybe she could have moved outside and done something from the backyard or something. Maybe she could have walked down the street and changed her location and get out of that bedroom, get off that bed, because all we were looking at was her sitting on that bed, and you see enough of her sitting on that bed staring at the camera and you start thinking, okay, this is getting a little bit, I need some some stimulus here. I need something to change, some variety. And it does help that she inserts, that she does have some inserts of video clips and stuff. But change the angle. That's why I use this camera here, is because I can change the angle of, my full screen view. I can switch back and forth between that and that, and it helps break up the monotony a little bit. I mean, no one wants to just look at me staring at the camera for an hour, so I try to shake things up a little bit by moving this around, giving us a different camera view. And so when you're creating a video, think about adding some variety and adding some cuts, some zooming in, zooming out, making some inserts, using some text, changing the location, changing the angle of the view, thinking various ways of trying to think of mixing things up a little bit, and see if that will help. So, well, let's see. Is there anything else we want to discuss? Jump into chat if you're watching us. Don't be shy. Let us know what's going on in your part of the world. I need some tea. Tea and honey. Well, what do we want to do now? I think before we go, I want to jump down to, well, let's see. I've got Gary V on hold. Let's see what Gary has to say for us today. Give us some advice to send us out into the world with today.
That a day that I wake up where no one that I care about has died or became terminally ill is a good day. I'm very half glass full. I really thrive on optimism and gratitude. So I'm in a good mood. And when you're in a good mood, you get more done. Like if you're dwelling, you're not as productive. You're not as excited. If you're not happy, like when I'm concerned or challenged, my energy is not as high.
So you
I'm
think
not as light.
So you think if more people practice that, they would have more energy throughout the day to get more done?
100%. And not even like from a business, I love my business life, but I'm just talking about like life. Like more done as in like, and just like, it's better.
How do you consciously and actively practice gratitude? Is it like a journal, or is it every morning you
It's
go
a conversation
through?
with myself. Pretty consistent. I think I'm so deep on this. Like I don't need a journal. I don't need an app. I don't need a guru. I don't need a podcast to listen to get me there. I think I've been on it for so long. In fact, it's a little weird. You catch me at a good time. I've become very introspective. I'm gonna go pretty deep with you on this one. Both my parents lost a parent very early on. My mom lost her mom at 5. My dad lost his dad at 15. Recently, I've realized how big of a currency and a backdrop that was to my own childhood. I was pretty petrified to lose one of my parents. Like, for real. Like, you guys are young enough that like you probably can remember your childhood pretty solidly. Like, I do not believe you or Mike, who's my dude here in the background. I don't think the three of you or the millions that are listening over the next decade, I don't think most people thought about their parents dying suddenly multiple times a week in their youth. I did. So I think kind of my curse of that became my gift. By the time I got to 18, I was so grateful that it didn't happen. Mm-hmm. It's almost like I've been playing with house money since. This has been a really new revelation for me that I've been thinking through. So I think as I got older, and even as a kid, I just knew that I had talent. As a kid, I knew I was talented. I knew I could make people like me. I knew people naturally liked me, so I didn't even have to try to make them like me, even if I did. Mm-hmm. I knew that I cared about people. I knew I was good at stuff like hand-eye coordination. I always focused on positives. Like, I was good at hand-eye coordination, but I wasn't big and strong. But I was like, I'm great at hand-eye coordination, not crying about not being big and strong, but being like, I have better hand-eye coordination. Like, I always focused on the positive. It was ingrained in me. I was parented that way. I think my mom has a huge impact on who I am I give her pretty much all the flowers. That's why it's easy for me to talk about myself. I don't think, on the record, I don't think every time you're like, Gary Vee, you're the best, I'm like, Tamara and Sasha are the best. They're the best. They made me. I'm the product. V Friends, when I build it, I'll take those accolades. I built it. You know, but me? So, yeah, I think it's so deep, bro. I think like whatever the monks and the Buddhists and like the deepest on anything, you know, like athletes, like how do you move like that? They've been doing it I've been grateful my whole life.
It's interesting that it's the gratitude. One thing that's really admirable about you is your ability to be so productive and work so hard. I'm curious, for those that want to be successful, what's something that they should be willing to sacrifice that they don't?
Sacrifice. You know, the cliche answers, people think the answers go into like time with your friends and family. It's real. But that's not kind of like what naturally I felt when you said that. I think, I'm gonna say something interesting. I think if you're in your perfect pocket, you're not sacrificing. I actually think you're being selfish. I think what people need to do is find their selfish place.
What about for people, though, who want a balance in addition to, let's say, financial success?
It depends on what financial success is and what balance is. This is like why these are important combos. Like, real talk.
Yeah.
What's financial success? Do you, right this minute, what do you personally believe financial success is to the average man and woman? How much do they make in a year?
I would say for the average person, probably got to be about 250 grand a year.
Great.
And that would be enough to...
What do you think yours is? For you right now at this point in your life?
250 grand a year. Holy
Gosh,
crap.
I think it's an everlasting treadmill.
That's
Of course
normal?
it is. That's why notice I'm asking you the question.
Well, if you
For
live in New
personally,
York,
right
that's
this
what you
minute,
need.
What is financial
That'd be
success?
the bottom
in a
of the
year?
barrel in New York.
A dollar amount?
Yes, right now. At this point in your, like right this second.
Graham doesn't want to say this because he'll
That's
feel
okay.
like he'll get scrutinized.
By the way, that's
gonna be-
fair, and I want everybody to hear this. Whatever you say,
Yeah.
it's not too big or too small. This is where we need to give grace to each other, all of us. It's just your subjective feelings at this moment.
Sure.
There's nothing. If he says 14 million, what's going to happen in the comments? Like he's a piece of because like the average American
Detached
that's
from
not,
reality,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
not fair to him. That's where he's at right now. By the way, let me give you all the preview. He will go up and down, even though he has the capacity to make more. Things change. I'm just asking you in this moment.
Eventually, it'd be awesome. 10 million?
Great.
Yeah.
So to me, here's the question.
Yeah.
Next, what do you think the work-life balance is on, for you, balance on 10 million a year?
It would probably be a constant 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week thought struggle for me to just focus on one thing and do that nonstop.
Do you want to do that?
No.
Okay, that's it. Like this, when you start breaking down these questions, like when you say 10, to me, the next question is like, why not 15?
It just seems like an even round number.
I appreciate it. I think that's right. The other question becomes like, what is balance? Like, you're married?
Yes.
Right. Are you?
No.
Right. Let's just go there. That's perfect. That worked out super well for me. Shit's different. You remember not being married?
Yeah.
Easier to put more into work?
Sure.
Real.
Yeah.
Then child, then parent sick, then parent not sick, then burnt out after a while of something and just like, it's not as fun as it was for 6 years. Like, when I did Wine Library TV every day for 5 days a week, I loved it all the way until I didn't like it at all. You guys like this right now?
Love it.
Love it.
I'll tell you, there's going to be a day where you don't. For real. That's okay.
Sure.
That's just human. So,
Yep, life changes. Nothing stays the same. We just got to keep moving. Well, thanks for being with me today. Hope you've found some value along the way. We'll be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. I am here every weekday from the Lamppost Coffee Shop, Austin, Texas, and we talk social media, we talk YouTube, we talk whatever you want to talk about. So be back with me tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. And we will see you then. Hope you're having a great holiday. And go out and make it a good day today.
Hope you enjoyed our time together. See you again soon.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba